If you refer that video, then that video was about manual transmission system in the automobiles. It was about 5 different speeds. In that case, if you see all 5 gear pairs, they were in connection, and the requirement of speed change in automobile is to get different amount of torque, right? When we are climbing any hill, you require more torque, and as we know, speed and torque, they are inversely proportional. So when you are climbing hill, then more torque is required, then you reduce speed by uh, 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 gear reduction, so that you achieve more torque. As you are running on a flat surface, then you require more speed, then you go for more speed and less torque. So in automobile, variation in speed is based on the required variation in the torque. Similarly, the question is why we need to go for gearbox or variation in the speed in machine tool. So very basic term in machine tool is the machining parameters. So basically 3 parameters are there. One is cutting speed, second is feed, and third is depth of cut. If you refer selection of cutting speed, which is V pi dn divided by 1000, where d is workpiece diameter in mm, n is spindle rpm, so it's a revolutions per minute, while v is cutting speed, which is meter per minute. So as this diameter is taken in mm, that's why we need to divide by 1000, so that we get v as meter per minute. If you refer, selection of cutting speed is important. So cutting speed selection is basically depends on combination of workpiece material and cutting tool material for proper selection of feed and depth of cut. So for example, if we are using workpiece material as low carbon steel, and if you are using cutting tool material as HSS, then from design data books, you will find for this combination and for particular feed and depth of cut, what is the optimum cutting speed. So like in automobiles, torque is important. As per the requirement of torque, you need to change speed. Similarly, in case of machine tool, optimum cutting speed is important, because for particular combination of cutting tool and workpiece material, and for particular feed and depth of cut, there is a optimum cutting speed which is recommended. So here our requirement is to maintain cutting speed constant throughout the operation. So for example, if you are talking about turning on lathe machine, then suppose this is your head stove, this is your chuck. Now, if you consider one cylindrical job whose diameter is suppose d, Now we have finalized some depth of cut and feed. Let's take depth of cut as 5 mm and feed rate is suppose, let's take same 5 mm. I think video is clear. Is it clear to all of you? Because I got one query that video is not clear, but at my end it looks clear. Okay, so 5 mm per minute. Suppose these are the selected parameters. Then for particular diameter, let's take diameter as 250 mm. Then for this diameter D and these two selected parameters, you need to find out what should be the RPM so that you can get required cutting speed. For example, for this diameter and depth of cut and feed, the required cutting speed is 20 meter per minute. This we have selected from design data book or some reference. So now we need to maintain this as a constant throughout the operation. Then for 250, you need to use this equation. I call this as now N. Required speed of chuck RPM is V, which is 20 here. For example, 20,000 divided by pi, and your D is 250. So this will give you some value of N, right? So with this speed now, you start turning. Then, for example, this object, see here you are using single point cutting tool. And you start turning, you give feed in this direction and you remove material. Then we have considered depth of cut 5 mm. So in one pass, you will reduce 10 mm diameter, right? So your next step, suppose if I call this is my D, I call this as a DX 250. After one pass, reduce diameter. So DX plus 1, that is new diameter, which is now 240 mm. Right? So now diameter is 240. Still our depth of cut and feed we are maintaining same, but now diameter is reduced. So now if you use same equation, if you use this equation, but now diameter is reduced. Now to maintain V constant, you have to change speed. So this is what the requirement of gearbox in machine tool. So again you need to find now, suppose N, which I call this as a NX, and this is now NX plus 1. Then V is again 20, which we need to maintain constant. This is 1000 divided by pi, but now diameter is 240. So this will give you what should be the spindle speed for this diameter so that you get your cutting speed 20 meter per minute, right? So this is what the requirement of gearbox in any machine tool, right? So let us, otherwise what happened as you learned in your preliminary course production technology, if you run with non-optimum cutting speed, then that will reduce tool life, right? If it reduces tool life, then you need to go for more grinding cycles, and ultimately quality of workpiece will deteriorate. At the same time, productivity will also drop down. Clear? So that we need to provide gearbox in machine tool so that you can change rotation of spindle and you can maintain cutting speed constant so that you get a good long tool life as well as you get a good quality surface on workpiece. Now In previous session, we have talked about to find out this cutting speed, this gearbox speeds. We use different progression series. So 3 progression series are more popular. I'd like to give name. So 3 different progression series. Very first is very simple, which is arithmetic progression series. Second is geometric progression series. And third one is harmonic progression series. Okay. So now consider first of all arithmetic progression. So what is arithmetic progression is, if I call one RPM, very least RPM available from gearbox, that is N1. So I call this is the N minimum, smallest possible speed available from machine tool, that is N minimum. To find out next RPM, N2, we go for N1 plus some constant addition, which is called as the arithmetic progression. So this is N1 plus A, this is arithmetic constant. If you go for N3, next speed available from gearbox, then it's a N2 plus A, right? So if I write N2 in terms of N1, then from this equation, I write this N1 plus A plus A, so it's a N1 plus 2 times A. Similarly, if that gearbox is in general giving us nz speeds, so nz is nothing but n maximum speed available from particular gearbox. So nz is equals to n maximum. Now this is equals to, if you look this equation, for n3, n1 is the minimum speed available from gearbox, so I write n1 plus multiplier of this arithmetic constant is 1 less than the speed available, right? So here nz, then a multiply with z minus 1. So if you talk about a machine tool which can gives you 8 number of different speeds, then n1 and 2 you can get up to n8 total speeds, right? So what will be the final equation? So here n1, you write n1 plus total speeds available from gearbox are 8. Then I write here 8 minus 1 into 8. Okay. So let us find out what should be the arithmetic constant value for particular 8 number of speeds. Suppose my requirement is to that gearbox, I want to design gearbox for 8 number of speeds. Then in general, I modify this equation to find out equation of arithmetic constant. Then it's nz minus n1. Now z minus 1, which is multiplier of a, that will be denominator of this term. Then this is the equation of arithmetic constant. Now suppose nz is 350, n1 is 30, means that machine tool is having minimum RPM 30 NZ maximum RPM 350, and I call Z is equals to, means I need to provide 8 number of speeds in this range. So that's why Z is equals to 8. Then you can find out what should be the value of A. So let us find A is equals to 350, means the maximum speed available from gearbox, that is 350. Minimum speed available from gearbox is 30. And now divided by total 8 speeds, then divide by 7. So solve this, that will give you value of A. After finding value of A, now to find out intermediate speeds here, what you need to do, as your N1 is equals to 30. Now N2 is 30 plus value of this A, right? So find out value of A, put here, that will give you N2. Similarly, successively you can find out N3, N4, N5, N6, N7, and finally you get N8 as 350. So this is what called as a arithmetic progression. And this is how you can find out constant of arithmetic progression. This is the equation for that, right? Now let us move to next series, which is geometric progression series. So according to geometric progression series, smallest speed available from gearbox, I call this N1, N minimum. Now next speed is multiplied with some geometric constant or geometric progression constant. I call this as a phi. So N1 into phi. Similarly, N3, then it's a N2 into phi. If I write this N2 in terms of this equation, I put it here, then this will be N1 into phi into again phi. So I get here N1 phi square. Similarly, you go for N4, then what you get as N4? It's a N3 into same geometric progression multiplier phi. I know N3 is here, then again I put here N3 value in terms of N1, then phi square into phi, then finally N4 in terms of minimum speed N1 into phi cube, and you go further up to the maximum speed. So I call NZ. Z is the maximum possible speed available in gearbox. So NZ in general is N1 into phi raised to, if you look here, if N4, then phi raised to 3, 1 less than the speed. Then NZ is equals to N1 into phi raised to Z minus 1, right? So this is what we got. Now suppose I want to find out what should be the value of geometric progression constant. So that just take N1 on this side, then you get NZ divided by N1 is equals to phi raised to Z minus 1. Now what is the equation of phi? Both the side give power of 1 by Z minus 1. So here I give power of 1 by Z minus 1, and here also I give power of 1 by Z minus 1. So this will cancel out. So finally, equation of phi or geometric progression constant is NZ by N1, 1 by Z minus 1. So here NZ is nothing but maximum speed available from gearbox. N1 is minimum speed available from gearbox, and 1 by Z minus 1. So Z is total numbers of speed available from gearbox. So let us again take same example. What we want, N1 as 30 RPM, N2 as 350 rpm, and Z is equals to 8 speeds. Put this value in this equation, you get phi, where N max is 350, it's a NZ, so N max is 350, 30 raised to 1 by 8 minus 1, so 7. So this will give you some value, so this is what your phi. Now to find out intermediate speeds, simply you need to use this phi as a multiplier of successive speeds. So I write here N1 is 30 rpm, N2 is 30 into value of this phi you put here. So that will give you N2. Similarly, N3, then N2 into value of phi, or we can say 30 into phi raised to 2. We know value of phi from here, put it here. So likewise you get N4, N5, N6, N7, and finally you reach to your maximum speed, which is 350. So this is called as a geometric progression series. Likewise, if we go for harmonic progression series, so next is harmonic progression series. So to understand harmonic progression series, let us first of all consider a speed. We know cutting speed equation, which we want to maintain constant. So I call this pi d n divide by 1000. Now as if you use gearbox, then you get step speeds, step control, right? As we have seen in the previous cases, you get N1, you get N3, but so these are the two discrete speeds, right? But if you want to get speed in between N2 and N3, then that is not possible in case of gearbox. And that's why gearbox, they are called as a step drives. If you want continuous speed, means as per your requirement. For example, here you are getting N3 as 30, N2 as 30 into, for example, you get here 1.5, then the speed which you get would be 45 rpm, right? Similarly, means after solving this, you get this as a 1.5, then you get 45. So 30 and 45. These are the two possible speeds available in gearbox. Suppose if I want speed between 30 and 45, let's say we want 35 rpm, then that is not possible in case of gearbox. This is what the limitation of step drives. This is what the limitation of gearbox. But if you are using hydraulic systems or numeric system or electric drives, then you can get intermediate speed as well. So as per your requirement, you can get any speed which you want. That is what called as a step-less drive, right? So in CNCs, you are getting step-less drive. The reason is spindle is rotating with the help of hydraulic motors. That's why you can achieve whatever the speed you want. But design of machine tool gearbox is important. The reason is still so many industries are using this type of traditional machines, machine tools, which are getting speed with the help of gearbox. So this is the one limitation of gearbox. We cannot get speed in between two speeds which are set in the gearbox. Okay, so with this, now suppose I take one diameter dx, let's take one diameter from this equation. Suppose I take one diameter dx. Suppose let's take one data. Dx is the 300 mm. 300 mm. I have selected cutting tool material, workpiece material, feed and depth of cut such that I need to go for cutting speed 20 meter per minute. So with this information, I'll find out what should be the dx. Then dx is equals to v into 1000 divided by pi into n. And here v is already known. Now for this 300 mm diameter, what speed I need to set on spindle so that I can achieve v as 20 meter per minute, that I can find. Okay, so that I'm getting suppose as a nx for particular dx diameter. For v cutting speed, I get some nx speed. Now, as you know, it's a step drive. So, the next possible speed is pi nx plus 1. Then this speed can produce this cutting speed for particular diameter of workpiece. Right? So, this is the dx and this is the dx plus 1. This nx speed is sufficient for this diameter so that it can produce as cutting speed 20 meter per minute. Similarly, this next speed is such that to achieve 20 meter per minute, there should be some diameter of workpiece. So that what is the material, what is the diameter of workpiece, which is called as the delta D. What should be the diameter of workpiece we need to reduce so that next possible speed available from gearbox can provide us required cutting speed. That is what called as a delta D. Right? So this delta D is the diameter range which is to be removed so that next possible speed from gearbox can give us required cutting speed 20 meter per minute. So what is the idea of harmonic progression series? In harmonic progression series, we are maintaining this delta D constant. Delta D constant. Right? So this is what the harmonic progression series. So as I told you, now we know dx plus 1 minus dx, just put here. Please remember here this dx is greater than dx plus 1. This is important because we are reducing diameter, right? And similarly, nx is less than nx plus 1, right? Because this diameter we are operating with particular speed, so by selection of particular depth of cut we are reducing this diameter to dx plus 1. So dx plus 1 is less than dx, right? So delta dx is equals to dx minus dx plus 1. Then what you get? 1000 times v pi, which is common in both the equations, and remaining is 1 by nx minus 1 upon nx plus 1. So this much of material is to be removed from dx so that we can operate next speed. We can use next speed, right? So we are keeping this as a constant. Okay. So in harmonic progression series, we are maintaining this delta dx as a constant. This we are keeping as a constant. So that as this entire term is constant, so constant multiply with constant, that again a new constant. Then next step is 1 by nx minus 1 by nx plus 1 is equals to constant c, this new constant capital C. Then I write 1 nx plus 1, I take 1 by nx plus 1 on right side and c on left side, then I get here 1 by nx minus c, right? Now what we are trying to find out this value of constant. What should be the value of constant in harmonic progression series? So we want to form equation for C. Then what you get here, I take base common for both, then 1 by nx plus 1 is equals to 1 minus c nx divided by nx. Then finally I get here nx plus 1 is equals to, take inverse of this equation, then 1 by nx plus 1 is equals to nx divided by 1 minus c times nx. So now next let us find harmonic progression series by keeping this equation as a base. Let's take nx as n1, which is n minimum. Now n2 means 1 plus 1. So n2 is equals to, in this equation, it's a n1, 1 minus c n1. Similarly, now n3 is equals to 1 less than this number, then it's a n2 divided by 1 minus c n2. Now just put n2 here and here. Then what you get? n2 is n1, 1 minus c n1 divided by 1 minus c again n1, 1 minus c n1. If you simplify this equation, then finally you get n1 divided by 1 minus 2 c1, c n1. Clear? And this continues up to nz, maximum possible speed available from gearbox. Then let us write to generalize equation from this. So nz is equals to n1, 1 minus c here. This multiplier of c, let me first of all write this c into n1, but multiplier of c is 2, 1 less than this number, right? So similarly, if here we have z, then multiplier of c is z minus 1. So this is what the equation of maximum speed available from gearbox. Now let us write equation in terms of c. So here c is equals to, if you simplify this equation, do cross multiplication and subtraction and addition, then finally you get n1 into nz divided by z minus 1 n1 into nz, where n1 is minimum speed available from gearbox and z is maximum speed available from gearbox. And now z minus 1, z is total number of speeds available from gearbox, again n min into n max. So this is what the equation to find out harmonic progression constant. After getting this c, now next we need to use this equations only. For example, I have this n1 which is equals to n minimum. Now n2 is equals to N1 divided by, so let us take same example, N minimum is equals to 30 rpm, N maximum is 350 rpm, and Z is equals to 8. Now simply put these values here. Then N1 is N minimum, so minimum speed available from gearbox is 30 rpm. Now N2 is equals to N1 divided by 1 minus C. Now value of C, by putting these values in this equation, like N minimum is 30 into N maximum 350 divided by Z minus 1. So 8 speeds we want. That's a 7 multiply with 30 multiply with 350. So this will give you value of C. Now put value of C here, which is multiplier of again N1. So by solving this you get N2. Similarly you get N3, N4, N5, N6, N7, and finally you reach to N8, which is the maximum speed you want from gearbox. So these are the three popular series: arithmetic progression, geometric progression, and harmonic progression, by which you can find out intermediate speeds available from particular gearbox. So what are the design parameters? You need to finalize what should be the minimum speed you want on spindle, what would be the maximum speed you want on spindle, and how many speeds you want on spindle. Based on that, by any one series, you can find out intermediate speeds which are required to be set in that gearbox, right? So we keep up to this in today's session. Tomorrow we will be taking one example and we'll solve this series, this different series for same example, and we'll prove geometric progression is good for machine tool design. So now discussion session is open for all. If you have any doubt, then you can write in chat box.